Yeah, the XL back with my daily FIFA 2026 World Cup podcast. Well, the group stages are done and we're into the last 32 now. So 42 have become 32 and it's a straight knockout from here on with the added bonus of extra time and the unmatched peril of the penalty shootout to look forward to. So let's have a look back at the final day of the group games, first of all. And England eventually wore down Panama to get a 2-0 win and proceed as group winners. Yeah, there's plenty of umming and ahhing over whether that was good performance or not. But at the end of the day, as I said, in relation to a couple of other teams, and notably Spain and Belgium, you've won your group. You've done what you needed to do. It doesn't matter what happened in the past now. It's what happens from here on going forward. England have won the group, done what they needed to do. Right, in the other game in that group, Croatia's win over Ghana sees them finish second and Ghana take third in Group L. And with Ghana taking another of the best third place spots, that result confirmed that Scotland's World Cup is over. We've sent them homeward to think again. In Group K, Colombia had the better of the game against Portugal, but the game ended in a nil-nil draw. And that sees Colombia progress to the round of 32 as group winners, and they now meet Ghana. As runners-ups, Portugal will face Croatia, which has an intriguing look to it. Um, I anticipated in Group J that Algeria and Austria would play out a non-event draw to take both of them through. None of that happened though, but apart from the fact they did end up sharing the spoils, but only after 6 goals and a 97th minute equaliser. Madness, really. I don't know what they were both doing going for the win when the draw took them through, but hey ho, it's history now, as they say. Um, and Argentina in that group eased to a win over Jordan. That was another correct score I got right. By the way, just to give you a quick update on how many of the outcomes I predicted correctly in the group stages, 44 of 72 matches, which is 61%. And when you consider the three possible outcomes, so really a random guess would be 33.33%. 61 is pretty good. I'm quite happy with that, and I'm going to keep pushing on towards 65%, hopefully. Also, I've got 12 of the 72 correct scores right, so 1 in 6, which again, if you were betting on every single one, you'd come out ahead in profit. Right. Anyhow, enough about me anyway. Uh, with Argentina's win, all of that means Argentina now have that crazy game against Cape Verde in the race round of 32. One of the tournament favourites against the minnow of the tournament. And surely they can't do it as they did to Spain. But who knows? Who knows? We'll all be watching it, that's for sure. And Austria face Spain and Algeria face Switzerland in the round of 32. So Austria have got a tough task on their hands for sure. Um, all of that means Iran just miss out in heartbreaking fashion due to Austria's 97th minute equaliser. And along with Scotland and Uruguay, South Korea see their tournament end earlier than they and many others, including me, expected it to. At this stage, three teams. I'm just going to go through this now. I just did a bit of analysis earlier, so I want to put it to use. Three teams in this competition: Mexico, Argentina, and France have reached this stage with perfect winning records. In 2022, no team emerged in the group stage with 3 out of 3 wins. In 2018, Uruguay, Croatia, and Belgium did so. In 2014, the Netherlands, Colombia, Argentina, and Belgium did so again. 2010 saw Argentina and the Netherlands emerged from the group stage with perfect records. And if you go all the way back to 2006, Germany, Portugal, Brazil, and Spain all did it. The reason I bring this up is that it seems to me, in my thinking, there's a big ask for teams to maintain that level of form across 8 games, which could be required to win this tournament with a perfect record. Now, I know they can go through by winning in extra time or on penalties, but what I'm saying is I wanted to look, if you look at a domestic league or whatever, how many teams keep that stretch of wins going for 8 in a row without losing a game? Not many. So, what I wanted to see is the reason I bring this up is it seems a big ask for teams to maintain that form. Is that true? Well, let's look at how the 13 teams who won all 3 groups games fared from that point onwards in previous tournaments. So Germany in 2006, they won in the round of 16, won the quarterfinal on penalties, and then lost the semi-final in extra time. Portugal in 2006 won their round of 16 game, won the quarterfinal on penalties, so did exactly the same as Germany, then lost in the semis but in normal time. Brazil won in round 16 and then round of 16 and then lost their quarterfinal, and Spain lost in the round of 16. So um, a couple got to the semis and lost basically. 2010, Argentina won in the round of 16 and lost the quarterfinal. Netherlands won in the round of 16, won the quarterfinal and semi-final, and lost the final in extra time. 2014, Netherlands again, they won in the round of 16 game. They won the quarterfinal on penalties and lost the semi-final on penalties. So they didn't lose a game but went out. Colombia in 2014 won in the round of 16, lost the quarterfinal. Argentina in 2014 won their round of 16 in extra time, won both their quarterfinal and semi-finals on penalties, and lost the final. Um, Belgium won their round of 16 on penalties in 2014, but lost the quarterfinal. Then, if we go to 2018, Uruguay won their round of 16 game and lost the quarterfinal. Croatia won the round of 16 on penalties. They did the same in the quarterfinals, won a semi final in extra time, and lost the final. So, what you're seeing here is there's quite a lot of draws come up from these teams that, 90-minute draws is what I'm talking about, from these teams that have previously won every game in 90 minutes. So the final one was Belgium in 2018, who won their round of 16 and quarter-final and then lost the semi-final. So what that recent history tells us is that none of the 13 unbeaten teams to the group stage went on to win the tournament, and only 3 made the final, 4 more losing at the semi-final stage. And when you consider there's an extra knockout round in this tournament as well, that makes it even tougher. So really, we might expect at most one of the 3 perfect teams in this tournament to make the final, and only 2 probably at most to make the semis. Now, obviously, with them being Argentina, France, and Mexico that have got the perfect record, Argentina and France would be the 2 that you think would go deepest. And that does not, like I say, and that doesn't really take into account it's even harder this time around as they have to play an extra knockout round. Only one of the 13 lost in the first knockout round, though. So these 3 teams that have gone perfect through the group stage are likely to win their round of 32 game. So let's have a look at the first of those round of 32 games that takes place very shortly now. I'm a bit late doing this one today. Plenty of work on. South Africa versus Canada is the game tonight. Now, South Africa were dire in their opening game, lost to Mexico, who were better in getting a draw against the Czechs in their second game, and improved again to beat South Korea and take second place in their group. So they come into this game on an upward trajectory form-wise. Canada were very good in their first 2 games, but lost to Switzerland to fall out of the top spot in their group, and with that lost home advantage as they now play their round of 32 game in LA rather than Vancouver. This could be a close one, but Canada looks in better perform pre-tournament. And losing to the Swiss should not be seen as a big negative. And I think they'll be keen to make sure they're not the first co-host to go out this tournament. So I fancy them to just about come on top here. I wouldn't rule out extra time or even penalties. It could go all the way. But I'm actually going to take Canada to edge it in 90 minutes by 2-1. So that's my daily piece done. I'm going to come back with a wrap up of the group stages in my next piece that will be out later this evening. See you soon.